Let's be real, nobody loves dusty old grammar rules. So today, we're going to forget all about that. Instead, let's think like architects. We're not just learning grammar, we're building a toolkit to construct powerful, effective communication, one sentence at a time.
So what is it that gives a sentence its punch, you know? Why do some words just connect with you, while others completely fall flat? Well, it's not magic. It's all about architecture. It's about understanding the blueprint of language. And we're going to start with the engine.
Every great structure has to have a power source, right? An engine. And in language, that engine is the verb. The control panel for that engine? Well, that's what we call tense. And it gives us this incredible pinpoint control over time and meaning. The verb is literally the heart of the sentence. It's the action, the thing that's happening. But get this, it's also a time machine. Just by changing a verb's form, we can zip our reader to the past, the present, or the future. The level of control you have is just amazing. And here's where the architect really gets to work with the detailed blueprints. See, it's not just past, present, and future. Oh no. We can get way more specific. We can show if an action is ongoing, if it's already finished, or how it connects to another moment in time. These 12 tenses, they're your precision tools for building a super clear timeline. Let's make this real. Take this sentence. I have been waiting here since 8 o'clock. This is so much more than just the present moment. This tense perfectly connects the past to the present. The waiting started way back at 8, and guess what? It's still going on right now. It conveys all of that, duration and continuation, in one slick little package. Now check out the power of sequence here. By using the past perfect tense, had died, we know with absolute certainty that one action was completely finished before the next one even started. The patient's death happened first, then the doctor showed up. That one tiny word, had, creates a perfect, unambiguous timeline. No confusion. All right, our engine is running. But a structure is more than just an engine, right? It's all about how the different parts connect to each other. So how do we show where things are? For that, our Architect's Toolkit has something called prepositions. Seriously, just think of prepositions as the GPS of a sentence. Words like in, on, at, from, to, they tell you exactly where things are, where they're headed, and when it's all happening. They basically draw the map for your reader. And choosing the right preposition, it's a game changer. I was in the house is static. You're just there. But she went into the house? Bam! Suddenly there's movement, there's direction, there's a story happening. One tiny little word completely changes the scene from a still photograph into a movie. Okay, so we've got our core components. Now it's time to start building bigger, more complex structures. A good architect doesn't just stack individual bricks, right? They combine them into walls and rooms. And in language, we combine simple sentences to build these awesome flowing ideas. So this process, it's called synthesis. And really, it's all about making our sentences stronger and more elegant. By mushing ideas together, we get rid of that clunky repetition and make what we say way more efficient and powerful, all while keeping just one main verb in the driver's seat. And our toolkit has a few really neat methods for doing this. We can use a participle, which is often that ing word. We can use an infinitive, like to do something, or we can use a preposition with a noun. Think of them as just different joining techniques for different jobs. Okay, let's start with our raw materials. Here we have two separate, simple sentences. Turn to the right, you will find the bank. I mean, it works, but it's a little choppy, don't you think? Now watch what happens when we combine them with a participle. Turning to the right, you will find the bank. See? It's just so much smoother. That one word, turning, connects the action to the result seamlessly. We just went from two separate bricks to one single elegant archway. All right, now for the master architect skill, sentence transformation. This is where we take a perfectly good sentence and we reshape it for a different effect, a different kind of emphasis. It's like redesigning a room without tearing down the walls. We're not changing the meaning, just the vibe. Transformation is all about using the same information to get different results. It's about asking yourself, okay, what do I want my audience to feel? Do I need to be super clear, a little more stylish, or do I really need to hammer a point home? This is how you pick the right structure for the job. So let's take this simple, direct statement right here. She is too proud to apologize. It states the fact. It's clear.
But what if we want to emphasize the consequence of her pride?
We can reshape it into this. She is so proud that she will not apologize. Now that structure creates a direct cause and effect link. Her pride isn't just a quality anymore. It's the reason she won't say sorry. It's the same idea, but wow, it hits with a much sharper point.
Here is another great example. On the left, we're comparing iron to everything else. It works. But on the right, we're making an absolute final declaration. Iron is the most useful metal. Both sentences tell you that iron is super useful, but that superlative form is just more direct, more confident. It leaves zero room for debate.
So let's lay out all the incredible tools we've just added to our Architect's Toolkit. We started with the engine and we ended up with the art of complete redesign. This is the core equipment you now have. First up, we've got tenses, giving you that pinpoint control over time. Then we have prepositions, your personal GPS for mapping out relationships. Next are the connectors, the tools you need to build bigger, better senses. And finally, transformation, the master skill of reshaping your ideas for maximum impact. See, grammar isn't some set of limits holding you back, it's a set of possibilities. It's the toolkit that lets you construct literally anything you can imagine, from a simple thought to a world-changing argument. So the only question left is, now that you have the tools, what are you going to build?